Testing 1 2. Test. 3 2 1. Sound check. All right, we're good to go. How you doing, folks? Ron Raymond here from the Ram Report for a busy Tuesday, September 21st. Hope you're having yourself a good start to your Ruby Tuesday. As always, don't forget, subscribe to our channel by tapping that notification bell in the top right-hand corner, or hit the subscribe button below this video if you are using a mobile device. Today's podcast is brought to you by bullpenpicks.com. Anybody can play, anybody can join. You want to follow the top scores each and every day right here at bullpenpicks.com. And our leader is still Nicola Batista, Nicky Bats, at 957. You got Eddie O from Montreal, 952. And there's Acurdog at 820. And Frank the Black Knight is at 790. And those are your top scores right now at bullpenpicks.com. And the good news is hockeypicks.com will get going pretty soon, as the NHL season is right around the corner. Same thing with B-ball picks. Basketball will be going. And before you know it, we'll be right into almost every sport, right? October 1st is a really good day for of the year for sports betting. You got a lot of sports going, and college football, college basketball around the corner. It's just a very, very busy time of year. All right, folks, welcome to the Ram Report. My name is Ron Raymond. I'm a 5-time sports handicapping champion based out of Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. I've been doing this since 1996. My first website I ever started was the Phoenix Sports Ticket at phoenixsports.com. It was called the PST, and I'm the founder of the World Series of Pro Football Contest season number 10. And hopefully you guys are joined and you're doing well. In fact, we're going to take a look at who the leader is right now at the World Series of Handicapping. In fact, let me bring over another browser and let's check out who the leader is at the World Series of Handicapping. And we'll just see who had nobody's gone a perfect night yet. So it's been, hey, you know what? The underdogs have been coming in NFL football. It's been very hard to pick, to clear the board, right? I haven't seen a lot of people really sweep the board in football. All right, there's your leaders right now. There's our past champion, season number 6. I think Kevin Dolan. Falchu here is 10-4 to start the year. There's Wasted 24 at second place with 22.4 units, and Deebs 2 along with BGMI. Along with also Bradley are in third place at 20 units and 20.30 units. And you can see we don't really care about the record. It's about, what have you done for me lately, right? It's all about the Benjamins. And you can see that Falchu, 10-3. In fact, when you go to week number 2, let's see how he did. I think he had a pretty good week. Where's Falchu here? There he is. Yeah, he went 4-3. Must have been week 1 where he just cleared the board or something. Yeah, week 1, he had a really good week, so 6-1. So you can see that Falchu is doing really well. And folks, you can always get the consensus pick of all the pickers. Just click on consensus pick, and you can see last week, or this, that was last week's consensus. So you can see that, I think it was top overall for week 3. Okay, maybe that's week, that should be number week 2 right there. But those are the consensus you can get each and every week. And you can see Jacksonville was not a good consensus pick, right? All right, let's take a look here and say good morning to Mitchell Watson, Gloria K. Morning Breakfast Club date. I'm now home after. I'll get this right. I'm home now after a golf tournament. I can pick games again. Let's cash some tickets. What's up, Ron? Chat. Let's get this SH money. Ball cash in the house. Morning, everybody, and welcome to the Ram Report. And also, if you're interested in the Ram Report, you can get it right here at atsstats.com. All you got to do is go sign in and then go to any of the abbreviation of the leagues. So NBA, NHL, NFL, just look for the Ram Report and you get a detailed tip sheet along with the computer picks. And also going to be doing more content on the website here. I know we've been having a lot of videos lately, but I'm going to start showing you more content. And in fact, it's going to be included into today's show, as I'm going to show you some NFL trends for week number 3. I'm going to go over the computer picks. In fact, where's my schedule here? I'm going to stay on point on my schedule. And so we're going to look over the SBI. We went over the handicapping contest, NFL week number 2. Week number 3, I'm going to show you some interesting stats and figures. We're going to go over the top 5 Major League Baseball trends for today. And then I'm going to handicap Toronto against Tampa Bay. the New York Mets taking on the Boston Red Sox, and then we're going to do a bit of a ATS calculator, ask me anything if you want me to look up some games for you here. And we'll, with time permitting, maybe I'll do some more handicapping of baseball games. Now, if you are interested in the baseball computer picks, I already released the video today. If you go on our YouTube channel, you go to on the YouTube channel on the front page, you'll see today's MLB baseball previews and prediction, and it's basically the computer picks right here, and it's all. So this way, if you don't have time to watch the entire show and you just want to get the baseball computer picks, well, all you got to do is go to our YouTube channel, and there's I think today's video is about 7 minutes, and you can get it right there for free each and every day right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's see what granted day ATS. Let's get to the pay window. Yeah, let's get to the winner's circle, right, Kevin? As Kevin Coleman says, look up Giants and Padres. That's the game he's looking at here today. All right, let's get to the horse racing tip sheet of the day. And today, I believe, is Penn National. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Well, Wednesdays, you get some good tracks out there. But normally, Mondays and Tuesdays is a rest day for the horse industry. You know, the jockeys, the trainers, everybody at the track. So, you know what? It's their weekends are very busy. And when they get to Mondays and Tuesdays, that's really the horse, people in the horse racing industry, that is their weekend, right? Mondays and Tuesdays. And then you get the B tracks, as I call them, to get all the attention. All right, speaking of B track, let's go to Penn National today, a $14,000 claiming race. 6 p.m. post time tonight at Penn National. 5 furlongs on the turf. We're going to go 9-11-2 in race number 1 today at Penn National. Rail Master Eduardo Rodriguez taking a ride here on the 9 horse, 3-1 morning line. Victory Element, the number 11 horse, Victory Element with Chiape taking a ride here on the 11, 8-1 morning line. Wow, look at all these odds. And Gone Insane is the number 2 horse with Wolfsant taking a ride here on the 2. 8-1 morning line. So 9-11-2 in race number 1 today at Penn National, and again post time 6 p.m. And if you're gonna play a joker or our medium long shot, our value play of the day, it is the 4 horse Fort Fortitude. J. Rodriguez taking a ride here on Fort Fortitude, and that is our value play of the day. 9-11-2, and if you're gonna do an exacta, I'm gonna recommend 9-11, 11-2, 2-4, and if you're gonna go a trifecta route, 9-11-2. 4-11-2, and that is the trifecta recommendation. And if you're going to play the 4 horse, always recommend the Double Dutch betting system, and that is if you got a $20 budget, put 10 to win, 10 to place on the 4. This way he comes in first, you get paid twice. He comes in second, you get paid once. All right, there you have it. That is the free horse racing tip sheet today for Penn National, race number 1, and you can get the entire tip sheet for free, races 1 to 8 at Penn National for tonight, just by going to our website, atsstats.com, go to horses, free tip sheet. In the pull-down menu, go to Penn National, and you will get today's free tip sheet. Also, what else we got going here? If you're interested in my book, Ron Raymond's Top 50 Sports Betting Secrets, you can get the video tips on our YouTube channel, or you go to Tools and go to 50 Greatest Secrets, and you can get my book, which is listed also on Amazon, and you can get it right here at atsstats.com. All right, how did you guys do yesterday with your baseball selection? In fact, Tuesdays to me is like a Monday, because you got all the Monday Night Football game is over. We have to wait for the Monday night game to really clear the stats and get everything ready. So I got to get up early on a Tuesday morning. It's like my Monday, and then I generate all the stats. So I'm a little behind in some. That's why the show's a little bit late this morning, is because I was doing all my work, getting everything ready. Now, my baseball picks yesterday, Oakland was my best bet. Unfortunately, 4-2 final. But I did have the under in the Baltimore-Philadelphia game, and my upset special was the St. Louis Cardinals. And, folks, if you're interested in my top plays, not my top plays, my premium picks are my top plays, but with your ATS Stats membership, you do get my action plays here each and every day. And that's what I call action plays right here in the members area. So this way, if you do get a membership and you're looking for picks, I always post the plays that I like right here. And then my top best bets are in the premium section. And again, my football plays this year, 4-2 in college football with my best bets and my premium picks. And in NFL, I am also 3-2. I believe I'm 3-2. I went 1-1 last weekend, 2-1 the last week number 1. So I only have about 2 or 3 selections each week. Actually, I have This weekend I had 2-1. I had the under in the Miami Buffalo game, so I went 2-1 if you include my free pick in the NFL with my top selections. And folks, you can get my free pick each and every day by going to picks, Ron's premium picks, and normally, depending on the day, I don't have a free pick every day, but when I do, you can get it right here at atsstats.com. All right, let's say good morning to Lindbergh. Good morning, family. Pele J's in the house. Isaiah, there's a good old faithful Isaiah. Hey, did good, had the Tigers. Hey, there's a little Tiger icon right there. And Quentin Johnson had Cardinals, Orioles, and Rays. Did me good last night. Yeah, hey, good job, Quentin. You know what? Hey, I went against Seattle. My under-the-radar baseball teams I keep talking about. I always Tampa Bay, San Francisco, Seattle. Those are my under-the-radar teams that I picked at the beginning of the year. And, they've been good to me, right? Seattle's just a funny team. Return on investment, they're always there. Not always there, but normally when I do take them. But last night I liked the Oakland with Manea. But Oakland down the stretch is really fading really quickly. But had Tampa Bay. I like Tampa Bay on my bullpen picks. And I told you guys yesterday, I said I even like the over a little bit better. We needed to sweat it. What was the total in that one? 8 or 8.5? We had to sweat that out. It was 8. Yeah, it was 6-2 in the ninth. But Simeon's sent you all a Christmas gift there in the ninth with his homer, a 2-run shot to make it 6-4. So, and Braves cashed first 5 for Isaiah last night and the full game. So good on you, Isaiah, for cashing out and making it to the winner's circle on a manic Monday. The Monday Night Football game wasn't a great game, for betting for me anyway. I didn't even touch it. I did a video on it. It's just betting. Green Bay does not look good, even though, big deal. They beat Detroit. At least Detroit showed up in the first half and looked pretty good. But I'm still not sold on the Packers, and I think they're going to be in big trouble this weekend. Was it Sunday night or Monday night against the 49ers? Or I think it's an afternoon game. No, the Monday nighters, the Eagles and Cowboys. But I think it's going to be an interesting matchup between the Packers and the Green Bay Packers. All right, what do we got on deck here? Let's talk about the SBI. Let's go to the Sports Betting Index. And what we do in this segment is we always look to see what has come in. And I'm leaning Rays again today. Too hard to bet against sometimes. Miss Danica, Green Bay Packers and over was perfect. Hey, good on you. Right on. She cashed a ticket. Nice. Love to hear you guys having a good night and you made it to the winner's circle, right? Getting to the winner's circle is not an easy task these days for a lot of people. All right, let's go to the SBI, the Sports Betting Index, and let's take a look at the markets to see exactly what has come in baseball. And let's see if, surprise, look at that. It's not a favorite. Hey, finally, an underdog had a day last night, 7-5. That's why the bullpen pick guys are not having a good morning. Because I noticed a lot of the bullpen pick guys are a lot of chalk eaters, right? I know I didn't have a great night because I don't always take favorites. I take underdogs, but last night I think it was a bit chalky last night. But looking at the SBI yesterday, the Sports Betting Index, this is exactly my Dow Jones Industrial for the markets. And what I like to do each and every morning is take a look at what has come in baseball, say the last 3 days, 7 days, and you can see the last yesterday, 5-7 for the favorites. So the underdogs won 58% of the games. And if you look at the 7-day average, we're still bullish, but not as bullish on the year or the last 3 months. I've done videos on this, I've done research, and favorites in baseball win at about a 60% clip, and we're right there at 58.4 the last 7 days. We are neutral, though, on the over-unders. So when you look at the over-unders, 6-6 last night, 7-7. Totals are always, it's just an amazing thing. If you've been in this industry a long time, it's amazing how the bookmakers always get the totals to show up very, very close. Hey, but when you're doing it, what's that old saying in life? Once you put 10,000 hours into something, then you're in the zone. Well, bookmakers have been in the zone for many, many years when it comes to the totals, right? And they've done a good job placing the numbers on the over-unders. All right, what do we got on deck here next? We're going to review the NFL computer picks. Now, as you know, each and every Friday we do our Football Friday, and we talk about my newsletter picks. In fact, the underdog picks this week went 4-1 against the number, and the ATS stats computer picks this weekend went 12-4 straight up for 75%, and we are now hitting at 19-13 on the year for 59%. And if you go to our website, ATS Stats, go to the homepage, and then once you get to the homepage, look for the Lamar Jackson pointing to the ATS logo right there. Click on the Ram Report NFL Week Number 2, and you can see what the consensus newsletter. Now, I keep track of 2 other newsletters along with ours, and it's like a little competition that I'm keeping track of. And when you scroll down to the bottom, I will show you the what each newsletter done last week, overall on the year. And so far, we are tied in first with newsletter number 1, and we are 19-13. And this is straight up against the number, and we are hitting 59%. We hit 75% on the weekend, and we had a pretty good week with our NFL computer picks. And guys, if you are handicapping the games, this is a good way to start. You go to ATS, you print out the computer picks, or you wait for the Friday show when I give you guys all the consensus. And then what you do is you take a look at it, and you build your own consensus sheet using this as a reference point. And the reason why I say it's a good reference point is this right here. It wins. So at the end of the day, we winners win, right? And I love to hang around winners. All right, so the NFL computer picks have done very well. So in fact, so did the college football picks. Our college football computer picks have done very well the last 3 weeks. In fact, we're hitting 75% on the season. Again, the consensus letters are doing well, very well. In fact, newsletter 1, which is in second place right now in the NFL, is actually in first place with our college football. And you can see the first 3 weeks of college football. Our ATS Stats computer picks 112-38 for 75% straight up, and everything is documented right here. We keep track, and I post it each and every week. I will let you guys see the results. In fact, you see the results when I show you on the college football preview show, and you can see all those stats each and every day. And if you're a member of ATS Stats, all you got to do is go to college football, go to computer picks, and you will get all the stats right here at atsstats.com. All right, love that sock stat, says Mitchell Watson. All right, who's in the house here? There's Zachary Reed. Good morning, Zachary. We got Shotgun Charlie. Chill out, Shotgun Charlie. That's a great handle right there. I love that nickname. Quentin Johnson's in the house. We got Isaiah Snipers in the house. So we got a lot of people right here today, and it's always fun to have you guys on board each and every day right here. 10:30 Eastern, as I try to, except for those Ruby Tuesdays where I'm really busy trying to get everything geared up for the show. And what I promised to do, guys, is I'm trying to give you guys more shorter segments and more information, so that way you get to the winner's circle at the end of the night, and I'll show you exactly what I mean. Let's go to the front page, and I'm going to break down a couple of things to you for you guys in NFL week number 3 and Major League Baseball. So we'll start off with here we'll do NFL week 3. I'm going to show you some stats going into this weekend. Now, I got an interesting Cleveland Browns stat for you guys. Now, if you go to the website, this is all free. You can see this each and every day. If you're watching on the replay, go to atsstats.com and look for the Baker Mayfield logo. Hey, that's what I posted on my little logo here. Browns 0-7 in their last 7 games against NFC South North Division opponents. But let's take a look at the breakdown. So what I've done is, if you look at the columns right here, I give you the stats on the game, the odds on the game, the money line, and the over/under. And then this column here, all in the overall last 7 overall stats against the point spread, straight up or over/unders. And also, if the team, say Carolina's on the road, I give you their last 7 road numbers against the point spread, straight up and over/under. And for Houston, right here, you see their last 7 at home. So the overall, last home or away, and then, pertaining to the team that's on the road, I'm not going to give you their home stat because it has no value for us this weekend, right? And then in this division, this column right here, so these first 3 columns are the team's last 7 games. And then this column here is how these teams do against the division they're facing. So, for example, let's take a look at Carolina against Houston on this Thursday night game. So everything highlighted in yellow is positive. So it's if I look at here, Carolina on their last 7 games on the road against the point spread, they are 7-0 against the number. And for the Houston Texans, in their last 7 games, they are 1-6. So going back last year, to this year. The last 7 scripted lines that have been charted, they are 1-6 against straight up. And for the Carolina Panthers, when they're on the road against a AFC South division opponent, look at their under record, 1-6. So that's how you want to read this chart right here. So the first column here is against that team in that division, and this here is the last 7 games of who they are facing, their last 7 games, either overall or home or away, right? So you can see in the Arizona-Jacksonville game, Jacksonville is 0-7 straight up in their last 7 overall games. And for the Arizona Cardinals on the road, you can see that their last 7 games, the under is 7-0 for the Cardinals on the road. So the Arizona Cardinals' last 7 road games have gone under the total. And when you look in Jacksonville against NFC West division opponents, 1-6 against the point spread, 1-6 straight up, and they are 6-0-1 to the over. So you can see here when Jacksonville, when they face an NFC West division opponent, 6-0-1 to the over, and 5-1-1 at home. So you can see a lot of numbers right here. And again, I'm not going to go through every one of these games, but I'm going to pinpoint some of the ones that are of value for you this weekend. Tennessee, last 7 games against division opponents, 6-1 to the over, and 5-2 at home. For the, let me see here, Detroit. No, we don't want to do Detroit. Washington against Buffalo. This one here I found interesting. So the Washington football team against AFC East division opponents, overall 1-6 against the point spread, but when they're on the road, 0-7. So Washington has not done well against AFC division opponents in their last 7 games. They are 0-7 against the number. New England, 1-6 to the under at home and overall the last 7 games. So obviously playing a lot of low-scoring games. And when they're facing a NFC South division opponent, they are 6-1 straight up at home at Foxborough. So I thought that number was a bit interesting on the New England Patriots. They are 6-1 against NFC South division opponents. So Tampa Bay, Carolina, Atlanta, and the Saints, right? All right, what else do we got here? We got Kansas City. Yeah, be careful if you like the Kansas City Chiefs in week number 3. They haven't done well on the road or at home, or home or away in their last 7 games. They are 4-3 straight up, but 1-6 against the number, but 6-1 at Arrowhead. So they do well at home the last 7, but not against the point spread. The Chiefs have not done well in their last 7 games, and that's, when you think of the Kansas City Chiefs, you think of Patrick Mahomes, Andy Reid, all the Kelsey, all that defense, but they're not good against the point spread. They're only 1-6 against the number. Giants, Falcons, Bears. So this is the one I was telling you guys. The Cleveland Browns. Anytime they're facing an NFC South division opponent, so the Packers, Vikings, Bears, and who else? And the Packers, Bears, and the Lions. In the last 7 head-to-head meetings against those teams, 1-6 straight up and against the number, and 0-7 straight up and against the point spread. So the Cleveland Browns do not do well in their last 7 games, but keep in mind, I think the last time they met an NFC South or North Division opponent was 2017, either 2017 or 2012. It's been a while. So these are some of the findings that I found this week. And for the Raiders have been good. The Raiders have been, they've beaten some really good teams. When you can beat Baltimore and you beat Pittsburgh in Pittsburgh, yeah, you might have a good football team. And for the Las Vegas Raiders in their last 7 games, the over is 6-1, and it's also 6-1 at home. So if you've been betting the Raiders home games, the last 7, you are now 6-1. And also when they're facing an AFC East division opponent and the Raiders are at home, the over is 6-1 as well. So maybe the over might be worth, but keep in mind you got Jacoby Brissett going to be at the helm most likely because Tua's got some bruised ribs, right? Tampa Bay Rams. The Bucs 7-0. Obviously, the Bucs have not lost a game since November. I believe it's 29th last year against the Kansas City Chiefs, and they've been running the board ever since. And for the LA Rams, when they're at home in the last 7 games, the under is 6-1. Seahawks Vikings, we got some good games right there. Minnesota 0-7 against those NFC West division opponents. So they haven't, or AFC West, right? I believe Seattle's AFC it's NFC West. Yeah, they're NFC West. And the Packers, 49ers. Packers on the road against NFC West division foes, 1-6 straight up. So the Packers have not done well against NFC West division opponents on the road. So you know what? It could be a good spot for the 49ers. I don't think they've looked, I don't think 49ers have looked that great as well. They beat Detroit and an Eagles team that are still Eagles. You know what? The question mark is still out on them, but Detroit, we all know what they're about, right? And the Cowboys. How about the Cowboys on against AFC East division, division opponents, NFC East division opponents at home, 6-1 straight up, but 6-1 to the over, right? 6-1 to the over. So a lot of great information here, guys, for NFL week number 3. And the Browns 0-7, like we said, against NFC North division opponents. And you can get all this by going to our website, atsstats.com. All right, let's take a look at the Major League Baseball top 5 stats and trends for today. So let's see if we have any trends are your friends here today. And let's start off with the top trend today in our 80% club. And it's the over in the Twins game. The over is 10-1 for Minnesota as a pick'em to 120 road underdog, coming off a game where they allowed 5 runs a game the last 6 seasons. So the over is 10-1 in that spot, 90.9%. The under is 10-0-1 for the Tigers as a home team, coming off a 1-run win this season. So if you like Detroit in the under here today, not Detroit, but the under, when they're coming off a 1-run win, they are 10-0 to the under in their next game this season. The White Sox 9-1 as a 140-160 road favorite versus Southpaws this year, last 6 years. So the Chicago White Sox are 9-1 as a 140-160 road favorite versus Southpaws the last 6 seasons. And the Blue Jays, the under, is 9-1. I got 2 good stats on the under here today between Rasmussen and Alex Manoah. The under is 9-1 for the Toronto Blue Jays as a pick'em to 120 road underdog, coming off a loss in Game 1 of a series the last 5 years. So if you like the Blue Jays, 9-1 to the under as a pick'em to 120 road underdog, and when they're coming off a loss in Game 1 of a series the last 5 seasons. And here's a good current season trend on the Blue Jays. 9-1 for Toronto as a pick'em to 120 road underdog versus division opponents this season. So you got a pretty good last 5 season stat right there. And I do like the under today. I like the over. Remember I told you I liked the over yesterday in Tampa Bay and Toronto. Today I'm going the opposite way. I do like the under in that game. All right, let's handicap today's game. I'm going to only handicap 2 games today, guys. I'm only going to do the Toronto game in Tampa Bay, and then I'm going to do the Mets and the Boston Red Sox, and then I'll get into the ATS calculator. All right, let's take a look here at Toronto against Tampa Bay. Let me bring up my stats right here. All right, MLB. And let me bring out Toronto and Tampa Bay. So Alex Manoah, 6-2 in the year, 3.39 ERA. And Drew Rasmussen, 3-1, ERA of 3. So a pretty good ERA there for Rasmussen. And looking at Rasmussen's last couple of starts against Toronto. At Toronto, he went 5 innings, 2 hits, 3 Ks. And then at Boston, 5 innings, 6 hits. So seems like he's only pitching against division rivals of late. But you know what? Tampa Bay looked pretty good last night. Drew Rasmussen, when he starts for the Tampa Bay Rays, they are 6-2 on the year. And for the Toronto Blue Jays, Alex Manoah, when he goes, look at that. Look at Alex Manoah's record when he starts for the Toronto Blue Jays. 13-4 straight up. And I got a feeling this is going to be a pitching duel here today at Tropicana Field. First pitch tonight at the Tropicana is at 7:10 Eastern. Now, out of 30 simulated games in the database, the forecast is going to lean with the Rays in this one. 3.94, 3.22. The over-under at 7.16. Toronto Blue Jays 7-3 in their last 10 games, 6-3-1 to the over. And for the Tampa Bay Rays, 5-5 straight up, 4-4-2 to the over-under. My line on the game, I had the DMVI at -148 for the Tampa Bay Rays. And you can see the lines at 110, so you're getting value on Tampa Bay. And for the Toronto Blue Jays, I had them listed at -180, and you can see the line is at +100. So you're getting good value also on the Toronto Blue Jays. The chances of winning does lean with the Tampa Bay Rays at 53%. The Kogels at 57%. And let's see why the Kogels at 57%. Maybe it's because Let me see the last couple of games here for the Tampa Bay Rays. That went over, under. That went under. Okay, so a couple under, so that's why the Kogo's right there at 57. It's almost close to the balance, but a little bit lopsided a bit to the over right there at 57%. Toronto Blue Jays, same thing. Take a look at Toronto's last couple of games here. 6-4, 5-3, 6-2. So yeah, they've been playing some same thing as Tampa Bay, 2-1. So if you look at the 3-game cycle, both of these teams two of their last 3 games have gone under the total. Now the Toronto Blue Jays, when they're on the road against an A-type team, so a team that has a 60% or higher win percentage, 6-15-0. And this is why I love the under today, guys. It's going to be one of my top plays. Toronto Blue Jays, Tampa Bay Rays, under the total. I think you're going to see a great pitching matchup. You might, if you're doing the first 5, be very careful, because I can see this game being 0-0 going into like the 4th, 5th inning. So I think this is going to be a playoff type game. It is for Toronto. Tampa Bay, they just got to keep winning so they can clinch the division. In fact, let me see, what's their magic number right now for the Tampa Bay Rays? I don't know what their magic number is. Let me go here. Let me take a look at the standings. Tampa Bay Rays, 7 games ahead of the Boston Red Sox, 8.5 of the Blue Jays. Yankees, 9. And when you look at the wild card race, Yankees, a game and a half behind now. So what an exciting race we have going. And remember, we said that Oakland-Seattle game, right? If somebody can sweep that series, they're going to knock the other team right out. But Toronto and the Tampa Bay Rays, again, a lot of edges to the under. Look at that. The Toronto Blue Jays this season on the road coming off a loss, 16-26-0 to the under. Now, the one thing with the Blue Jays, it's when they lose, it's as if they get mopey for a couple of games, right? It's like they all lost their dog or something. So watch for the Blue Jays. I'd be very careful picking the Blue Jays. In fact, when the Blue Jays are facing a 61 to 70% win percentage, 3-12 straight up. So this season, in the second game of a series, they are 11-17 to the under. In the last 30 days, though, Toronto, they've been really good. You got to give them credit. They've been very good in the last 30 days, 9-3, 5-6-1. But the under is where I'm going to lean. And if I had to pick a winner here tonight, I'd have to lean with Tampa Bay, because they just they've got that killer instinct. They division leaders. They know when to turn it up a notch. But I do like the under tonight in Toronto, and that's my top play. All right, let me see what you guys are saying right now. If you have any questions, just post it in the chat box. Sniper and myself will get to it. So we have some good back and forth going right here. All right, let's go to the next game. Let's go Boston against the New York Mets. Let's take a look at Boston against the New York Mets right here. And let's see what we have on tap here today. All right, cue up the pitching stats here. So Boston. So for the New York Mets, you got Marcus Strollman up against Eduardo Rodriguez. Rodriguez got a bloated ERA of 5, 11-8 on the year, where Marcus Strollman is 9-12, a 2.88 ERA. And let's take a look at some of the bookmakers have made Boston a 134 favorite. Now, the Boston Red Sox are on a 5-game win streak. Their last 2 games have gone over the total. They're 7-3 in their last 10, 6-4 to the over-under, where the New York Mets are 3-7 straight up, 5-4-1 to the over-under. Now, my line on the game, I had Boston at minus 197, and you can see here at 134 is the line. So you're getting good value here on the Boston Red Sox. And for the New York Mets, I had them listed at minus 115. So if you do like the underdog here today, you're getting dog value. And the chances of winning does favor the New York Mets at 59%. But again, you got a really hot team right now in the Boston Red Sox. They've won their last 5 games. And let's take a look at who they've beaten. Okay, so it's not really the world beaters. They beaten Baltimore. But they also beat Seattle 9-4, 8-4. And their last loss was the first game on that Friday night to the Mariners. Was that maybe not the Friday night. It was last week. It was a 5-4 victory for the Seattle Mariners. It was in Seattle, so all right, yeah, that must have been the Wednesday game right there, or no, last Monday, a 5-4 victory. Now looking at Strowman's last few starts for the New York Mets, only 1-4 when he started. So when Strowman started for the Mets, last 5 games, they're only 1-4. 3.8 runs for, giving up 5.8, and for Eduardo Rodriguez, or sorry, not Strowman, that's the Blue Jays' last The Mets' last 5 games. Stroman's last 5, they're 3-2. Sorry, I got confused right there. Right here is the teams, and this here is the pitcher. And for Eduardo Rodriguez, he's not been really killing it, right? 2-3 in his last 3 starts for the team when he starts. 3 runs for, 6 runs against. So, man, for Strowman, what's Strowman's number like? 4.8, 6.3. Both of them are giving up a lot of runs. Maybe the over is where you want to look in this one. Let me take a Rodriguez last game he started. He went 6 innings, 6 hits, 2 runs against Seattle. Prior to that, he only went 3.2 innings. And for Marcus Strollman, last outing, Marcus went 6 innings. Actually, he's been going a lot of innings. Yeah, Stroman's been a workhorse since July. Since July, he's been giving you a minimum of 5 innings. So you know what? Strowman's giving you innings. This is an interesting matchup here. Now, looking at Marcus Stroman, 6 innings last start, 4 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 8 Ks, 7 Ks against Miami, only 2 against Washington. But Strowman's the better pitcher in this game. Now, if they knock out Rodriguez early, I think the over is where you want to lean in this one. I'm not going against a team on a 5-game win streak, but I think I might lean to the over. What's the total in this game? 9.5. And let's take a look at the situational handicapping numbers, see what they're saying. And for the New York Mets, when the total is 9.5 this year on the road, 2-5. And keep in mind now, this is an interleague play, so you don't have, the Boston doesn't, the Strowman doesn't have to hit. So that's a good news if you do like the over, right? Because if this was in New York, there's almost an automatic out when both pitchers are going, right? So I do like the over here tonight. Just that's one indicator I like. I like the fact that New York Mets are going to send a DH, so that helps the over. And the Boston Red Sox, 10-3 to the over last 30 days at home. Yeah, give me the over in this game. So I like the under in the Rays game against Toronto, and give me the over in the Boston-New York game. And those are my 2 picks here today on the Rain Report. All right, let's take a look at the ATS calculator. And what I'm going to do in this segment is I'm going to take a look at some of the college football games we got going this weekend. I'm going to do 2 games in college football, 2 in the NFL, and 2 in Major League Baseball. So this way you guys get an idea of some of the stats and numbers that, and I'll pick good games. I won't pick like Akron against Buffalo. I wouldn't do that to you guys, right? So I'll pick some good games, and each and every day I'll pick 2 games a day. And this way we have some good information for you guys. So this way, if maybe sometimes when I do these shows and people are on a game and they're like they don't know, and then if I pick a game, they say, oh, you know what, I was looking at that game, and now that your stats are supporting it, maybe I'll ride it, right? All right, so game number 1, let me take a look here, and let me look at all right, you know what, Liberty Syracuse. That's an interesting matchup. I think that's a Thursday or Friday night game. Let me take a look. Liberty against Syracuse. Very interesting game. You got Hugh Freeze having a really good year. I think he's working for his next contract. And then you got Dino Babers. Man, he's struggling right now in Syracuse, right? But let's see the numbers here. We have Syracuse losing by 10 and the over-under at 47.58. Now, the line on this game is Liberty by 6.5, the over-under at 53.5. So according to the ATS calculator, we like Liberty to win and cover, but the game to go under the total. So that's an interesting matchup right there. All right, let's take a look at Nebraska against Michigan State. Let's take a look at this one. Nebraska. And now that we're entering week 4, the stats are going to get... Remember I told you guys, I said with the ATS calculator, you got to allow almost every team to get 3 games in the system. And then the calculator, it's like a fine wine. It just gets better with time, right? All right, let's take a look at Nebraska. Nebraska. LMN. There you go. Against Michigan State. And, there was one time, there was one moment this year when I saw a highlight Michigan State, and I said, you know what? This team looks like they're on a mission this year. And the transfer from Wake Forest, the running back, absolutely killing it right now for the Spartans. And you know what? Now, here's the thing with this game. Nebraska had a big game last week against Oklahoma, and then Michigan State had a big win in Miami. So Nebraska, there's no letdown factor because it could be a letdown factor because maybe they deserve a better faith against the Sooners. But how healthy is Michigan State going into this game after a physical game against the Canes, right? That's the question. And let's see what the ATS calculator says right here. And let me see it's here. All right. And the survey says home team 7.03. And what's the line on this game? We got Michigan State by 5. So we got Michigan State -5. The over-under at 51.5. And look at what we got, 51.1. So, and if you ever, so back in the day, I think I created this website in 2004. I want to say, yeah, 2004. Hey, that's a lot of barbecues ago right there, right? So in 2004, when I got in the industry in '96, and I said, how do they come up with these numbers? And then I started playing with all these my Excel sheets, and then I said, I'm going to create something, and this is going to tell me what my number is going to be, and I'll compare this number to the bookmaker's number, and that's what I do with the ATS calculator, and that's hence where I got the word, right? Against the spread calculator. So if you go to atscalculator.com, give the demo a shot. And again, this is a great tool for college football. When you just want to get an indicator on the numbers that you like, it's one of the best tools. All right, I'll do one more, and then I'll do NFL. Let me see here. UCLA against Stanford. That's a great matchup. We got some really good football games this weekend. Man, I'm so happy football's back. And hockey's coming. Hey, you couldn't ask for a better time of year with hockey and football back, right? All right, Stanford. Let's go, David Shaw. Big win this weekend for Stanford. And let's see what the survey says. Big loss for UCLA. Didn't see that coming against Fresno. And the survey says, so UCLA, 5.5-point favorite. I was a little shocked to see the Bruins a 5.5-point favorite. I thought maybe Stanford would be like -1, -2. But Cardinals, look at that. Look at the computer pick, ATS calculator. 2.2 for the for UCLA, and the over-under at 60.94. And look at the over-under, 58.5. So we do like Stanford and the over to win and cover this game. All right, let's go to NFL. I'll do a couple NFL games for you guys. And let's take a look at the NFL. And the first game, let's do Tampa Bay Rams. Yeah, first game on the board right there. Well, hey, go big or go home. And we're going to go big right now. We're going to go with the Rams or Tampa Bay because they're the team on the road. And let's go LA Rams. Now, there's only 2 games in the system, so we'll see. Next week, this should be a little bit stronger. But we got Tampa Bay winning by 9. The over-under at 60.08. So what's the total in this game? Total is 56.5. So we got the Rams, the Buccaneers winning by 9. And we got the total at 60.08. And let's do one more. Let's do the Saints and the Patriots. All right, let's do New Orleans. New Orleans against the Patriots. Where is it? New Orleans, there we go. Against the Patriots. New England. All right, man, it keeps changing. Okay, there we go. We got New England winning by 10. Look at that. And the over-under at 33.87. Now, again, there's only 2 weeks in the NFL. This will get stronger with time. So give this another week, and you'll see it'll be like the college football. The numbers will get really, really strong. All right, Major League Baseball. Let's take a look at those 2 games that we looked at. So let me see here. Again, entire process, believe. Blah, blah, blah. All right, I'm just reading some of your comments here. Love to see you guys chat. How does Strowman do versus the Red Sox? All right, I'll take a look at that. I missed that. Strowman sucks, says Ms. Denica. Hey, that's funny. I'll take a look at how Strollman does against the Red Sox. I'll get back to that. In fact, let me do the computer pick. Let's do New York Mets against the Boston Red Sox. Survey says we have Boston winning 1.4 runs and 9.08. And what's the total in that game? What's the total in that Red Sox game? I think what I said was 9. So let me take a look at Major League Baseball. Major League Baseball, the total, 9.5, and we got it 9.08. So the computer ATS calculator likes it to go under, but I think the over is where you want to go in there. And let me take a look at Strowman's record against the so Marcus Strollman against the Boston Red Sox. Let me take a look at that. Let's go here. Let's go Marcus. Marcus Strollman. There you go. Let's do this against the Boston Red Sox. 8-6, 7-6-1. Let's see how Marcus does in Boston. Now, keep in mind, when Marcus played with the Blue Jays, a lot of those games were with the Blue Jays, right? So let's take a look on the road. So Marcus' record at Fenway, 3-2, 1-4 to the under. Wow, so he does like to pitch the under at Fenway. That's an interesting little stat right there. All right, that's a good tell. How about Eduardo Rodriguez? How's he doing these days? Eduardo. Eddie. Hey, we'll just call him Eddie. That's Fast Eddie. Let's go, Eddie. Where's Eddie? Speaking of Eddie O, how's Eddie O today? Eduardo. Where's it? Eduardo Rodriguez. There you go. Let's see. Let's see Eduardo's last 10 at home, and then we'll check against the Mets. 5-5, 6-4, and Eduardo against the New York Mets. I don't know, he probably never faced them, right? Yep, never faced them. Still green. All right, one more. We'll do one more for baseball, and. All right, did I miss any questions here? Fade Strollman says Miss Denica. I like Boston. Houston, LA. I like the Astros today. Good call on Robbie Ray. Yeah, Robbie Ray was, still Tampa Bay, right? Anytime you face Tampa Bay, Giants, or Dodgers, you're in for probably a long night, right? Okay, what was I doing here? What was I looking for? Forget. All right. So there you have it, folks. That is the show here today. Again, if you're interested in the Rain Report, don't forget you can tune in each and every day right here at atsstats.com. If you want my free picks, go to picks, go to premium picks. And if you're looking for, let's, before I go, let's take a look at the old 80% club in Major League Baseball. And let's go to Major League Baseball, 80% club, the old 80% club. And tomorrow I'm going to have some really good information on NFL, college football, for our CFL fans too, and Major League Baseball, where we've got some projects on the going right here. And the programming team is doing an amazing job. And the stats are going to get much, much better here at ATS. All right, Houston as a favorite when the spread's minus 200 to 220, 10-0 straight up. Now, obviously, I'm not going to recommend you to bet Houston at minus 200, but consider them in a parlay, right? So you maybe take them with a parlay, especially with that stat. St. Louis, home or away team in September, 9-1 so far. Not bad right there. The Chicago Cubs, the home team versus non-division opponents after a division game, coming off a left-handed pitcher, and they're coming off a win against a National Central opponent, 11-1 to the under. Wow, look at Tampa Bay. This is why I like the under here. Another indicator pointing to the under. When Tampa Bay is a home team against a right-handed pitcher after a conference game, coming off a home win as an underdog, and they allowed 4 runs or more against in their last game, 23-4-1 to the under. That to me is like a drop the mic walk-off right there. Hey, that's a drop the mic walk-off right there. Tampa Bay is a home team, conference opponent after a division game, coming off a home win as an underdog, 13-3-1 to the under. And if you like Houston, we already talked about that. Cincinnati as a 160, 180 home favorite. Total is 9 before division game. 16-4-2 to the over. Boston home favorite on Tuesdays before a non-conference game. 20-5. So again, Boston looks pretty good, especially that win streak. Blue Jays Yankees 32-7 as a 220, 240 home favorite when the total's between 8.5 and 9 after a non-division game. So maybe Yankees, Houston as a 2-team parlay right there. Oakland, let me see here. Oakland as a home team during the last 4 years, coming off 3 unders or less, and they lost their last game by 2 runs or less, and they're 2-1 their last 3, 111 to the under. The Blue Jays as an underdog this season, coming off a 2 runs or less loss, 2-11 to the under. Yeah, love the under today in the Blue Jay game. New York Mets as a road underdog the last 3 years, and they won their last game by 1 run, 18-4-1 to the over. So those 2 games I talked about today, Boston Mets over and Toronto Blue Jays under. What does the calculator say on Houston LA Angels? All right, let me check that. Let me take a look right there from Miss Denica. Houston LA Angels. And we have the away team, 2.83, over under at 9.38. 9.38, so Houston to win. So, yeah, Houston could be a good play right there, too, with another team, right? All right, there you have it, folks. That's the Ram Report in a nutshell today for a Ruby Tuesday, a very busy Tuesday. I got a lot of work, going to handicap a lot of games. I'm going to keep looking at the front webpage today. I'm going to keep adding more content for you guys. Try to include a bit of my sense of humor in a lot of these graphic arts because you know me, I like people with good sense of humor. Speaking of good sense of humor, where's our good friend there? Nobody's perfect there. Hey, he's got a good sense of humor too. All right, folks, have yourself a great rest of your day. And as I always say, shop for value, play those percentages, and hasta la vista, baby. We'll see you mañana. Take care. Cheers.